Nightwing number 45, Benjamin Percy writing, Christopher Mooneyham on the art. Continuing this phantasm plot with the VR tech that's going about. Nightwing having a weird, wait a minute, did I have sex with Babs last night? Babs is there in the morning, he's confused, what's happening? Also dead bodies in the river, and the realization, of course, that Babs is not actually Babs, this is the tech messing with him. And I enjoyed that they actually dealt with that really quickly, where he phones Babs and he's like, hey, about last night, and she's like, last night?
What?
Yeah,
You're being
he
weird,
doesn't
you
look
weirdo.
like that, but we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like that they dealt with that really quickly. And when he gets back, he's like, "Wait, how are you here already?" So then he like questions. He's like, "Hey, how did the thing with Croc go?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" Like, "Aha, who are you?
Yeah.
Get in my apartment."
I did like that. I did like Killer Croc has a Pomeranian for a pet. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was amazing.
This issue, I like Nightwing and I like Percy. I did not like this issue.
Oh, it's Matt's turn to be negative.
Yeah, he wasn't big on last issue either.
That's true. That's true.
I'm not digging the art, and normally, Mooneyham I'm fine with when it's a pulpier like Five Ghosts, like it works. I just feel with all the techie stuff, it's starting to look like JR to me, and that's not.
It is JR-esque. I think it's got some really inventive layouts, especially stuff like the title page with all the neural download and all the circuits in his brain. I thought that was pretty inventive.
As for Percy, I don't like him turning Dick into a hipster. Where he's like, I bought a cell phone, but I put it in the drawer, and I don't listen to digital music. I got a turntable, because you need to live in the moment. And I was just like, Dick, you're not that guy, man. Just.
No, I agree with that. I think I said this last issue as well. It's like it felt a bit like I never got the sense that he was that much of a technophobe.
No.
Nah, this is definitely a newer thing. It doesn't really bother me that much, but it's like, yeah, it's whatever.
It doesn't feel right. Like, and then when he goes to the like, I go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, and if I had a trainer's like, no, I'm throwing kettlebells into the water and you have to go get them, I'm not going to that trainer anymore. Because that's like,
hey,
that's not a workout.
That's what this dude signed up for. I'm not. I don't have a problem with this.
Nah, man. Nah, So like, you're gonna be a technophobe, but you're gonna risk the dude. It's weird. I don't.
What
like
does two things have to do with each other?
I feel like Dick. That's
the sentence you just said was you're going to be a technophobe, but you're going to risk the dude like, as if they're related in any way.
No, because the guy has all the robot stuff, right? Like,
yeah.
So he's using old-fashioned, like, oh, I like to, this is like a person, so go in there and save them. Like, it's not the time to be a technophobe when you're dealing with a dude that has a robot arm. You know what I mean?
No, I see what you're saying. You feel like so Dick's almost a little bit prejudiced against him.
A little bit, yeah. He's like, here, go deal with this workout.
I didn't get that sense.
Yeah, I'm not getting that
what
from
you're
at all.
saying in concept, but I didn't get that feeling.
Dick's problem with tech, that to me doesn't seem like he's scared of the tech itself. It's more how people interact with each other because of the tech.
Which I understand, which I almost agree with, but I don't feel like
I do not get a single shred of evidence that he looks at this guy any differently because he has to have some tech in him to, augment the fact that he's losing an eye.
It's a little weird because I agree with what Matt's saying there. It's weird that he's a technophobe. Like I get, like he doesn't like the way people are, communicating. It changed society, right? So that's why he's got no mobile. But the music thing is weird, right? And just some of it just doesn't line up. I get, okay, he's always been a traditionalist. He's always just had the sticks,
right?
But he has tech in his visor all the time. Like that's always been an ongoing thing.
Yeah, honestly, I just kind of brushed past the technophobe stuff. Like, I didn't really even register.
Well, but I think that's impossible when that's a huge part of what this run is.
Issue.
This is what he's setting up. Is Dick is a technophobe?
It is, but it's one of these weird things where I feel like every so often there'll be certain runs and characters where they'll introduce a new quirk to them just for the sake of the story they're telling, and more often than not, I was like, well, no one else ever mentioned this before. I just kind of brush past it. Like, I almost don't even take the information in.
Oh, that's fair, but I think it completely neuters the story, right? If that's the point, if you're going, well, I don't agree with this character trait.
But here's the thing, though, is that for me, this feels really pulpy and 90s, so I don't think there's much weight in the story anyway. For me, this is just like, oh, this is just what the pulpy story is. Rather than having this resonance of, big character beats for Dick.
Knowing what I know about Percy, I know this is gonna set the foundation for him on the character going forward. So that's why I'm a little bit worried. But that said, he always went up to that line where it got to campy, like in Green Arrow. Like we in the New 52, he was fighting werewolves, and I was perfectly fine with it.
I think it's
Here,
worth noting
though,
that his first stuff with Green Arrow in the New 52 was a similar thing with the technology of, it was the predicting crimes with the technology thing that he was against there, and that played well for Ollie, but it doesn't really work for Dick.
I don't think so, especially with this character Worm that just came up, and it's weird. Like Pete just said, it's very 90s.
Oh, it's super 90s. I kind of like it in that way, though. It's the pulpiness that's working for me. I like the scene after they find the body in the water. Dick just sort of like inches up behind Svoboda just to look over her shoulder, and I'm like, wait, she doesn't know you're Nightwing. She's going to think this is like just some random dude. And sure enough, she turns around and goes, "Hey, six-pack McPretty, go away. This is a police investigation." I was like, okay, that was kind of funny. I'm into it.
Also, like, this book's not in danger of being dropped because it's Nightwing, and I'm always going to read Nightwing, no matter how it gets.
Till Abdel starts writing a big gig on.
Yeah, but don't do that.
No, I think I'm liking this the most out of his then.
I like it. I'm having fun with it, but I do agree that it's weird characterization for Dick.
I feel like the technical part is kind of different and weird, but I feel like the other side of it is really on the money though. Like his kind of like insecurity of trying to like be on his own, and like he's the guy who asks for help, so he feels weird asking others for help. And there's a lot of other character traits in there that I think feel very true to the character for me.
No, I agree, and that, and the whole back to basics thing for him.
Yeah,
that stuff's working for me. So overall, I'd say I enjoyed it, but the tech being the focus is dragging it down a bit for sure.
Also, I'm very glad that the page from last issue that had like 20 panels, with Constantella, I'm glad that didn't happen again. That was my biggest complaint about the last issue. But it's obviously he's fighting the digital thing at the end, and he can't quite hit it, and he's kind of under siege now with the Phantasm
and the thing, the spider robot comes out of his mouth, and it's got all his information now.
Yeah,
he's been hacked.
There's one scene as well with basically someone wants these Phantasm boxes in every single house, so they're giving them out for free, and this gang tried to steal the shipment of them, and basically whoever's controlling this stuff through the Phantasm just blows them up right there and then.
Yeah.
Because the driver from the truck, he was just a delivery guy, he's just doing his job. He's like, okay, I'm just going to hand them over, I don't want to get attacked. And he's like standing like, oh shit, how did they blow up? But I think it was just someone knew that we're doing this, and okay, right, boom time.
Yeah.
So, no. I guess we'll rate Nightwing then. Matt?
This is a 6.
Alright, Connor?
I give it a 7.
I think I'm more of a 7.5, I think. I think I liked it a bit more than Connor did, and obviously much more than Matt did, because Matt wasn't as into it.
Yeah. Like, again, it's not super terrible. If you like it, I'm not going to fight you on it. It's not my thing of Nightwing. Like, yeah. It's not a Nightwing I like to read.